So first and foremost, thank you very much, Thompson's Holidays, for having me today and for giving me the opportunity to present Zuri Zanzibar. I'm going to mute you all, and I would like to ask you to keep yourself muted. I will allow some time for after the presentation to actually, if anybody has got some questions. If you do have some questions and you don't want to forget them, you're welcome to pop them into the chat and also put your email address right next to it in case I don't see it or we don't get to reply to all the questions in the course of this presentation. I will definitely follow up with you and give you some information as well. So welcome to Zuri Zanzibar. I'm Melanie from Exclusive Serenity, and my company represents Zuri Zanzibar here in South Africa. Zuri means translated beautiful. It's a Swahili word, and I think everything about Zuri Zanzibar is extremely beautiful, starting with the location. The location is in the very south of Zanzibar, which is a phenomenal prime location because we don't really get tidal movement. For those of you who have sold Zanzibar before, you will be familiar with the big difference between high tide and low tide in the East Coast. We don't really get that up in the north. We are close to Kenva village, where we can basically use the beach 24/7, which is a great plus. Zuri Zanzibar has reopened on the 6th of July. I think all we need now is our borders to open. And obviously there are some certain safety and health checks upon arrival in Zanzibar. I'd like to point out that on the Zuri Zanzibar website, this is actually a photo of the website, a screenshot. There is an online visa form, so I do recommend, or we do recommend, that clients actually download it and complete it before they arrive, so they have to, in order to minimize the time with the whole arrival procedure. There's also the airport lounge, which might be a good idea at the moment. It's $35 per person, which basically means that your clients will be away from all the others. The VIP lounge is even taking it a bit further, where you are really, this is really very much secluded in terms of there are only 3 hotels besides Zuri Zanzibar and the president who is using that lounge. And you're really being whisked away from the moment you step out of the aircraft into the lounge, refreshments, etc. And then from there, the door opens and you can directly get into your vehicle. So this is really to minimize any kind of time at the airport. It's just something to keep in mind for your clients, especially for those who are quite worried to travel at the moment, especially right after the borders have opened. Zuri Zanzibar has introduced the Corona Safe concept. So this is all part of the Corona Safe concept. And we've been extremely lucky in terms of having a lot of space around us. So the whole principle of Zuri Zanzibar has always been very much a lifestyle resort, an uncrowded holiday, and we've always had the luxury of space. So Zuri Zanzibar is located on a total of 32 acres. All the individually built bungalow suites and villas are really in their own separate houses. You can see it very nicely on the right-hand side, that you really have a lot of space in between. So by default, you've got a good natural social distancing. So this is Zuri Zanzibar from bird eye's view from the top. What makes Zuri Zanzibar unique is the fact that it embraces the destination Zanzibar. Zanzibar is a spice island. Zuri Zanzibar has got its own spice garden. All the different accommodation is arranged in little clusters of 6 to more resemble an African village other than a resort. And it is a design hotel with an African flair. It's very much built with sustainability in mind, which I will elaborate on a little bit further. But let's have a look at the resort itself, starting with the clusters like I've just mentioned. So all little clusters in arranged clusters of 6, and they're all named according to spices. Sorry, I think somebody has unmuted the microphone. Let me just quickly see if I can. Can you please mute your microphone? Somebody has unmuted it yet. Let me just quickly have a look. There we go. Got it. Okay. So all the different kind of clusters where the accommodation has been located is named according to spices. The beachfront accommodation, for example, is saffron. Then we've got our staircase to heaven, which you can see leading down from reception down to our beautiful beach. our spice garden, which is really an amazing space. Especially also now, you do have a lot of space. It is very spacious, natural social distancing. And what also comes in handy, especially now, you don't really have to leave the resort. You can really experience a spice tour right at the resort instead of going anywhere else. Then we've got our different restaurants. We've got our main restaurant, Upendo, and then opposite the Peponi Bar. We've got Maisha Bar and Restaurant down by the pool, and then on the beach we've got Bahari Grill and Bar, and then we also have one dedicated bar, the Dao Bar, which is on the beach, which is exclusive for those clients who stay in villas as well as in the suites. Then we've got our spa, which is currently closed, but we do offer massages on request. And then we also do have our yoga deck. So at the moment, our Zuri creative team has come up with a special health concept to really help guests to de-stress from all the corona craziness that we've been going through, and also focusing a lot of strengthening your immunity, whether it's body and mind, whether it's healthy nutrition. We do have a phenomenal lifestyle manager, Manuela. She has also been doing some live presentations on the social media platforms of Zuri Zanzibar. So if you're interested, have a look. It's really interesting, and she is phenomenal and definitely an asset. She's always been, but especially now, I think it's extremely important to focus on well-being and prevention. So our people have been fully trained also on the Corona Safe concept to make sure that your guests are in good and definitely clean hands. So masks and sanitizing kits are being given out to each guest. The guests are a choice whether they would like to use their mask or not. Once they step out of the resort, we definitely recommend to put it on, just also to protect the local community. But inside the resort, we've taken all the measurements necessary to create a social distanced environment, whether it is spacing the chairs and tables apart in the restaurant. All the staff is wearing masks. So it's really up to the guests, so they don't have to because of what we have created, a relatively safe environment. Meals can be pre-ordered, meaning that we offer free room service orders as well. At the moment, most clients that are staying with us, they do order room service. We do have at least one restaurant open at the moment, but obviously as things progress, they will open more and more restaurants. Also, we have strict hygienic rules in terms of the water sport activities to really make sure that guests can still enjoy it while being safe. As unique as you are, that's definitely a motto at Zuri Zanzibar. So on the right-hand side, you can see our staircase to heaven. We can also do destination weddings, which we've done quite successfully. So it really is an environment that is perfect for that as well. This is our beach. This was one of the reasons why the owner chose the property. So Zuri Zanzibar was built from scratch. We've got a beautiful beach, which is one of our unique selling points. And you can kind of see where the chairs start. So it's quite deep going inwards as well. So we're very fortunate in a way that we have a very wide beach where the beach boys and everybody, the vendors who want to sell you local arts and crafts, they will still a little bit stay on the first part, but will not really come inside. So you still are being, you still feel private and safe as a guest. The beach chairs have been spaced apart from each other at least 5 meters. So this photo is not a representation of how it is right now, but they've spaced it out even more to really ensure the social distancing as part of the Corona Safe hospitality concept. Let's have a look at the accommodation. We've got 56 units in total. The majority of accommodation are bungalows. They have recently been renamed. So what you can, because of the vegetation has been really so lush that certain ocean view bungalows would no longer offer an ocean view. So whatever the name of the bungalow is right now, or the accommodation, this is what you can expect. So an oceanfront to a 2-bedroom villa will really be on the oceanfront, and the bungalows will give you a tropical garden view. So this is how they look like. So Zuri Zanzibar has been built with sustainability in mind. That's really part of the DNA. So everything you can see here in here has been sourced from as close to Zanzibar as possible. We're having local artists that have become creative in the bungalows. As you can see the design on the right-hand side. The TV is nicely hidden in wooden panels on the left. So it's really all their latest technology, but it's nicely, discreetly hidden away for guests also to give them a chance to have a bit of a digital detox if they want to. We're using Evening Breeze, which is a special air conditioning system, which literally takes the air and it circulates it around the bed. I have experienced this myself and I was quite impressed. I did not expect it. You really sleep. You sleep like a stone. I'm not saying baby because babies don't sleep, but you really have a good night's rest, and it is linked to the accommodation, to the air conditioning. So once the Evening Breeze, once you switch it off, the aircon goes on, and once you switch it on again, then the aircon goes off. So it's really very cleverly designed. Every part of the accommodation of the units have got a story. So for example, the beads, they have been made by the ladies in Kendwa village, and they've been made out of recycled newspaper. So in terms of the sustainability concept, Zuri Zanzibar is involving the local community as much as possible. Also the amenities, the soaps, everything has been done locally as much as possible. All of the rooms have got outdoor showers, so you've got indoor and outdoor showers. And the bathrooms have also been beautifully designed by women, because they know how to get the lights right for us to do our makeup nicely. Then the suites are about twice the size. So in terms of accommodating families, we do have some of the bungalows that are connected. So that would be suitable if you have a family traveling. The bungalows are really designed for 2 people. The suites are almost twice the size. They do have a private jacuzzi, and they do have a separate living room area as well. So this would be the accommodation if you wanted to fit in another adult or a child. In terms of children policy, children up to the age of 2 stay for free, and between 3 and 12 there is a charge sharing with the adults, either in a suite. So one suite can take up to 1 child. In a 2-bedroom suite, we can add 2 children, and in a 1 more child in a 2-bedroom, and then 2 children in a 3-bedroom, over and above to the adults as well. This is the oceanfront suite. This is a special one because that's the only one. So we've got 1 oceanfront suite, and then the oceanfront villas. We also do have another 2-bedroom villa, which is the garden villa, which has got its own private garden, a jacuzzi, almost its own little spice garden. So it's really well designed for those who need a bit more space. 2 bedrooms on the right-hand side, and then on the left-hand side, it's a spacious living room area with a kitchen for those who would like to have the private chef come in. And especially now in COVID times, I think this also comes in quite handy. The interior, design-wise, pretty much similar to the bungalows and the rest of the accommodation as well. Then we've got 2 oceanfront 2-bedroom villas, and those are absolutely stunning. So now we are in the living room. As you can see, it's all nicely wide and open. And behind that little palm tree, when you move forwards to the back, on each side, to your right and to your left, you've got each 1 bedroom. They're fully air conditioned, but the living room area is not air conditioned, but they do have a ceiling fan. So it's really to encourage clients to have an indoor-outdoor living experience by opening up the doors, like we can see on the photo. Then they come with a jacuzzi, and on the other side, the other bedroom leads out to a day bed. They are in really prime location, oceanfront location, and the natural vegetation also helps, obviously, to keep some curious viewers away, so it gives you some privacy. And then last but not least, the highlight is definitely the luxury 3-bedroom villa. If it is not booked, then it can also be used as a special dining experience with a private chef. It is very spacious, right on the beachfront, and it's the only accommodation that has got its own private pool. Very spacious inside. bathrooms beautifully designed, even bigger than those in the other accommodations. This is the living room area, and it also has got its own private game room and library. And last but not least, it's got its own private beach. So the beaches in Zanzibar are not private, but this area is really its own private section. And we also do have security on the beach to make sure that they can ensure the privacy of the guests staying not only at Zuri Zanzibar, but also in the 3-bedroom villa. So this entire photo shows you the 3-bedroom villa. This is our infinity pool, which is very close to Maisha restaurant and bar. And here you can also see this photo shows it very nicely how deep the beach is, like I've mentioned before. So you really have got your privacy, and you're not being bothered by vendors that pass along on the beach. In terms of health and immunity, I've already mentioned that the Zuri team has come up with a very holistic one-on-one yoga and fitness program. Also, in terms of housekeeping, they're using UV light cleaning and special procedures to really make sure everything is safe. We do have a resident nurse on site, and Zuri is also close to a European standard hotel. So just in case, everything is really well thought through and taken into consideration. This is our yoga deck. This photo was taken before COVID-19 because obviously the spacing between the people is not how we would do it now, because now it's more one-on-one. This is a spice garden, which is really an amazing place to relax, to just switch off. They've got these little corners with couches where you can be really all private. It's a maze that you can explore, meditate, or just go for a walk, or also, like I've mentioned, do a spice tour. This is the outdoor gym. So in line with the African design, this is also very much designed using your own body weight to get a good workout. And this is our reception area where we've got a library and a game area. So this is where you can grab your book and really have some digital detox in a spice garden. We also do have a tour desk right here at reception, where we have normally a representative of Zan Tours. So if a client books Zuri and they don't want to make any pre-arrangements, but once they get there, they would like to do some excursions, normally we can arrange it. At the moment, we do not encourage clients to do that because of the current situation, but I still think it's worthwhile to be mentioned so that you know in future and how things normally are. Different kind of restaurants and bars, I've already mentioned them briefly. So this is Bahari Grill and Bar right on the beachfront. This is Maisha, which is adjacent to our infinity pool. Then we've got an outside area of Maisha as well. Upendo, with a very ancient special table, antique, that was brought in from mainland. So at the moment, not only have they spaced out the tables and the chairs in view of the Corona safe concept, but we're also not doing any kind of buffets at the moment. So everything is served and a la carte, unless it is obviously room service. Then it's also all served in the privacy of your room. Different kind of experiences. This is obviously what normally happens if it is not under special circumstances. But I just think it's also important for you to know that there is so much more than just a beach holiday at Zuri Zanzibar. This is a very popular experience for our honeymooners, and obviously also now great to have some privacy in terms of your dining. Sundowners as well. This is a very popular experience, and this is one of the specials we're currently running as well. This is one of the experiences clients can choose. Normally, we do have 3 times a week a live DJ and a bonfire on the beach. This is my own photo. This is not me in the picture, but it's a photo I have taken while I was there. It's a phenomenal experience. It really is. So it's definitely something to look forward to for clients who are still traveling in 2020. This is one of the experiences they can add and enjoy. Now we are back in the spice garden. So we've got our own spice house as well, where we normally do our cooking classes. Cooking introductions, presentations are normally free of charge. But then if they want to do a proper cooking class to learn how to cook with the spices from Zanzibar, there is a surcharge for it. This is Wimby, our water sports center. So we do have a lot of water sports on offer, whether it's diving, excursions, sailing, and I'm happy to also forward the water sports activity menu for those who would like to learn more about it. On the right-hand side, you can see our little shop where we sell locally made arts, crafts, souvenirs, etc. Responsible tourism is a big part of the sustainability concept of Zuri Zanzibar. Zuri Zanzibar has also last year received the Gold Earth Check certification, which is a huge acknowledgement of really Zuri walking their talk. I don't think it's the only one worldwide, but definitely only one in Africa. Evening Breeze, I've already mentioned, special air conditioning system that is very low impact on the environment. Water, we're using our own water, so we're not using water from the island. We do have our own hospitality program, so again, giving back to the locals, training them, helping them to have a career in hospitality, but at the same time also training our own staff to meet the high expectations of international travelers that come to Zuri Zanzibar. Recycling is not only done on site, but it's also done in cooperation with Zanrek, especially in Kendwa village. So next time when you drive through Kendwa, have a look out for the signs. You can see there are different signs that bring that to your attention as well. And we do have a team also, they do go to the local schools and they teach the children about recycling. So it's really making sure that even from small, they are being trained and taught to protect our environment as well. So Best of Zuri, that's what I mentioned, the special at the moment. We also do have special cancellation policies and conditions that have recently been adjusted and are available on the Zuri Zanzibar website as well. And that will obviously also apply if you make your bookings through a tour operator such as Thompson's Holidays. So it's really just to take away that uncertainty of clients if they, for whatever reason, have to change their travel dates because of borders closing again, then we can cater for that and can also postpone or give them a travel voucher. So the Best of Zuri, you can choose, and these are really, in my mind, some of the 3 best experiences at Zuri. The Sundowner, where I showed you one of the photos with the bonfire, the Spice Garden tour with a tea experience, or a well-being voucher on the Khan program, which is also a great experience, especially to de-stress and rejuvenate. Thank you very much. Thank you for having taken the time to be there today and to listen to my presentation. There is a lot of information on the Zuri Zanzibar website and also on my own website. If you want to download the Corona Safe Hospitality concept, if you need images, logos, whatever it may be, I'm here to assist you for information. If you want me to do another training for your office, please let me know. I am here, I am available. And for bookings, I do not take bookings. So bookings, please contact Thompson's Holidays. And I think, Angela, I think I'm doing well in time for a change. So are there any questions? I haven't had a look at the chat yet, but if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them now.
Melanie, tell me, is Zanzibar fully opened?
To my knowledge, yes. Zanzibar is, and Tanzania as well. There are a few airlines flying in. I think Turkish, Qatar, and Emirates, but the one has started and stopped again. So I know that some private jets are also available, are possible to fly in, because we have a guest at Zuri Zanzibar at the moment, and he came in on his private jet.
So at the moment, unfortunately, Mango doesn't fly now. It hasn't started yet. Eh?
They haven't started yet. They're still looking at September. I've just checked with them a couple of days ago. So at the moment, it's still September. So hopefully it will stay September or even earlier. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully, because I had a few cancellations. So we'll have to re-look at it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Any other questions? Let me just have a look. Can't see. I think I've pretty much covered it all. This presentation is being recorded as well, so I will make it available for those who have missed it, or if you want to share it with your colleagues. Okay. if there are no other questions, then I'm going to unmute you all, just in case somebody still wants to say something. And other than that, thank you so much for your time. Like I said, let's hang in there. Let's keep fingers crossed for our borders to reopen soon. And have a good day and stay safe.